John Reeves. What is up, people? How we freaking doing today? Guys, it is mother freaking Thursday, and I'm feeling pretty freaking awesome. How's everybody today? Let's check, make sure. Can you guys hear me all right? Today, we have a freaking legend. A legend on the podcast. Freaking stoked about this one. Legion's freaking gaming. Guys, he has a YouTube channel, a TikTok, Twitter, all these things, and he is massive in the Final Fantasy community. So please give a warm welcome to my friend, freaking Legion's Gaming! Legends! How you doing, dude?
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What's
up, bro?
Yeah. Heck yes, man. I didn't know.
I like this layout. It's nice.
Oh, thank you. I've got you're in the golden circle. We're gonna call it the golden circle
Nice.
from now on.
The golden circle. I like all the darkness.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man.
Vibes
Yeah.
well with all the black that I wear. I like it.
Dude, we literally almost, I'm telling you, man, black shirts, blue lights, it works, man.
I was gonna wear a better shirt, but I literally just left the gym. So.
Nice. Hell yeah. Well, man, so for those that do not know you in chat, can you tell us a little bit about what is Legion's Gaming and who is Legion's?
Sure. I am a content creator on YouTube and Twitch. I also do TikTok now, funny enough.
Heck yeah.
I do JRPG, RPG content. Sometimes I do like mobile games and gotchas, especially like Square Enix gotchas like Near Reincarnation, Ever Crisis when it comes out for Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all around just JRPGs. I do a lot of guides on YouTube to help like casual players that don't know how to do certain mechanics very well. Like when Strange of Paradise comes out, we'll be doing a lot.
Dude, yes.
I'm very excited for that game, man. You have no idea.
Dude, same. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked for that one. Well, hell yeah, man. I've seen a lot of your videos, and honestly, if people do click on your YouTube channel, it's going from everything, like you said, from like Final Fantasy Morbius to like Dissidia, Tales of games, freaking Genshin Impacts.
Damn, Mobius, you just took me back.
Dun, dun,
Holy,
dun.
I missed that game, man. It's such a good game.
Right? I mean, freaking everything. Nier, you play a lot of different stuff, man. Do you like, how did you kind of, so like being so eclectic, having so many different games that you play, how did you really start focusing in more on like Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy community?
Funny enough, I actually started streaming with Final Fantasy. I did Final Fantasy VII from my PlayStation. Like from my PlayStation 4, like years ago. I don't even count that as when I started streaming. But I did start with Final Fantasy. I did watch NSP a lot.
Dude,
so,
yes.
A lot of you might know Night Sky Prince. He started like maybe a year or two before I did. He was definitely a huge inspiration. Actually just had him on a channel a few days ago, which
Great
was
podcast. You
awesome.
guys check it out.
Yes, it was awesome. Being able to like be on the same terms with somebody that I used to look up to. It's like, it was just like a phenomenal feeling. But yeah, I looked up to NSP a lot. Final Fantasy Peasant was a huge inspiration too to do Final Fantasy content.
Hell yeah.
Pez. So yeah, I looked up to a lot of content creators, and Final Fantasy is my favorite series of all time. So that's definitely something that I like really wanted to make my content focus on when I made my channel. And I'm very happy to be a part of the community because it's an amazing community and I love them so much. Especially when I lost my YouTube channel because of like being hacked and everything. They went out to bat, like retweets, emailing YouTube even. People were telling me, I'm like, man, that's crazy.
I saw like, dude, that tweet exploded, man. I mean, like, I think
I was embarrassed. I literally was in tears in one of those.
Yeah, dude, but you know what? That's like, that just goes to show. I mean, this is something I kind of wanted to touch on later on in the podcast, but we could do it now, dude. Like the community of Final Fantasy VII. It's like there's so many good people in it that will end up doing stuff like that. Like your
100%.
whole freaking community just comes through. Even maybe people you don't know or had no clue who you were. They were like, this dude seems legit. Let's help him out. There's that. And then we've also got like the crazy toxic side of the community. And dude, I feel like for you, I have not seen you get into many of the toxic debates. How do you have any like I was gonna ask if you had
it
some
usually
advice.
happens on YouTube, but yeah, like YouTube comments. But I try to stay away from it on Twitter. I have been in a couple.
Yeah.
Oh man, but like arguing with people on Twitter, I try to like. I actually just tweeted about this today. I am the kind of person that thinks that even if someone is wrong, if it's their opinion, let them have it. If they think Final Fantasy 15 is a complete game and a good game, and like 13 is the best game ever made, that's their opinion, and maybe it felt different for them when they played it than when you played it. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I tend to stay away from when I see people just like going to town on each other on Twitter. It's just blows my mind how there's certain people that will attack others for liking something that they don't. I will never understand that. I
don't either.
I'm not
man.
like that at all.
And you know, like, I don't know exactly what it is, but like for me, I feel like online drama, it is like it's like going to a strip club, I guess you could say. Like there's all the action, but no action. Like there's a lot of teasing, but there's no action about it. So it's like I can't do anything, you know? Like if that person just keeps on calling me names, you know, what am I supposed to do about it? Nothing at all. I can't do anything.
Yeah,
so
no.
but man, like honestly, before Final Fantasy VII, like kind of the whole like shipping community or whatever, I had not had one person on my block list. Now there's 3. Now there's 3 people on there, which I think I might have
Only
unblocked
3?
them.
Damn, you're doing pretty good.
I know. I think I unblocked them, but who knows? Who knows? I think I was dropping a video and I was like, dude, I'm like they're getting pretty hard on this, so I'm just gonna block them for a second while I post this video, and then I'll unblock them later. But yeah, man, I just. So I was gonna ask if you had any advice for avoiding toxicity in the communities, and that's pretty good advice, man. Say pretty much like
that would be my advice. But I will also say don't let people walk all over you, because I used to like when I first saw YouTube. It's one thing I learned, especially after what happened to Night Sky Prince when he was doing remake videos, and I was like, I was getting mad for him. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like when he started getting racist comments because of an opinion he had on remake, I was just like, okay, that's way too far. But I will say, do not let that shit slide. Do not let people walk all over you. Like me and Blitz, if you guys know Blitz, me and him are pretty similar when it comes to like dealing with trolls. Like I will slap the crap out of somebody. I don't care. I'll clap right back at them. And then I hate the comments that people say like, oh, you're a content creator, you're not supposed to say stuff like that.
You're a person.
I'm just supposed to let you guys cyberbully me and not say anything back? What the heck? What do I look like? A punching bag? No. That's not how it works.
Yeah. No. I like that, man. I mean, honestly, I feel like I talked to NSB about that as well too, like kind of the way he dealt with it, and he was like, I feel like I learned a lot from that situation and grew a lot, and I would deal with it a little bit differently than I did then.
Yeah, I remember watching that show. I remember was watching. I was here.
Yeah, and like honestly, I think the main reason that I wanted to talk about this is like I feel like you've seen now it get all the way to the creators of the video games, and it's like, man, people gotta just learn to just like chill out a little bit.
It's not that serious. This is supposed to be fun.
No joke, man. 100%. Well, getting on a little bit of a lighter note then, what was your first experience? I know you're really big on both, so I wanted you to be able to pick. Would you rather your first experience with a Final Fantasy game or with anime? Do you remember the first anime that you watched and you really got right into?
Yeah, I watch a lot of anime.
Right?
I don't even watch TV anymore. I get to the point where like the animes that I watch have way better stories than these $100 million movies and TV shows.
Same here. I've gotten way too deep in anime now.
First anime, I mean, Dragon Ball Z, obviously, it was probably one of them. Dragon Ball. Like, first one that actually made me like anime a lot was Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh my god, that show is freaking awesome.
Spirit Gun. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. It's such a good anime.
Hell yeah. But
first game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, anime, honestly, like it's weird, but the storylines with even like Final Fantasy games and anime, I think they kind of like really coincide really well. Like just JRPGs and anime, obviously, because I guess they originate from most predominantly the same area, and
that's probably why I like JRPGs so much. To be honest.
Yeah. But I mean, honest. So your first Yu Yu Hakusho and Dragon Ball Z, which actually is kind of very similar to myself. I remember like coming home watching Toonami after school, and
Dude,
watching.
Toonami was
Yeah.
awesome. I love Toonami.
Dude,
I
Dragon
just
Ball.
hated how many commercials they had.
Oh, I know. And then like, dude, people do not understand the struggle. But you remember Dragon Ball Z whenever it was coming out on Toonami, and we get all the way to the.
They
Frieza
would like
saga?
show half of the season and then go back.
And then you'd have to wait
And then go back to the beginning. I'm like, what?
I
We're in
know.
the middle of the Cell fight versus Gohan. What's going on here?
Now we got to go
That's
back
where
to
I
the
learned how to-
Raditz.
Yeah.
That's probably
That's where I learned how to rip anime off of LimeWire and
Oh,
BearShare and all that
Dude, there you
stuff
go.
after that.
I think that's where I learned patience because my God, like,
Yeah.
can you think about it now? Like, I don't know how long it was, dozens of episodes, if not
Yeah.
hundreds, that you had to make it through weekly, like every day. Oh, that was rough, man. It's a hard life.
I didn't learn patience. Now I read manga. I don't wait for the anime anymore.
That's a good way to be, man. Vox is my first and only. Have you watched the new Vox? I'm trying to think of what Ex Machina or something. I think. What is it? What's
I
the?
did watch.
Have you
Yeah,
watched? What is your thoughts on it?
yeah. No, I'm about Vox Ex Machina.
Mhm.
It's been so long since I watched that.
Wait.
I don't even remember what.
Vox Machina. There you go. It's actually called Vox Machina, and it's like a newer one that just came out. It's about like.
Oh, is it a new one?
Mhm.
I'm thinking about something else then.
Yeah, I can't remember what Ex Machina is. I'm trying to remember what the first word of that. But apparently, Vox Machina is like a newer thing that's on Amazon Prime, and it's a newer anime that came out. It's
Oh, okay. I
based
never
on
watched
D&D.
Amazon stuff, so that's probably why I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's pretty legit, man. Pretty legit. But so first anime. What is your first experience with the Final Fantasy game?
7. No, I'd lie if I said 7. The first one I actually got me into the series was 7, but
Mhm.
first one was whatever one was on the SNES before it started going to PlayStation. Was that 4?
I don't know. I know that they did 3 as
I
like
think it was-
6 as 3, but
4 or 5,
Mhm.
I think, was one of my first experiences. But I never beat it or got far until like Pixel
Mhm.
Remasters came out, to be honest.
yeah,
It was 3. Okay, it was 3. Yeah.
3 was fun, but jeez, man, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. The 1 through 3, I don't like them.
Mhm.
4 and up, yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
But I hate the encounter rate on 3 and oh my god, it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that my first experience was definitely a 3, but I was very, very, very young. I barely knew how to read.
Yeah.
So I definitely I wouldn't count that. 7 was definitely my first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and dude, when 7 came out, I was well old enough, but I could still barely read, and 7 actually helped me learn how to read. Because I mean, like back then, you didn't have voice actors, even the cutscenes.
For me, it was Pokemon that helped me read because
Oh, nice.
Final Fantasy 7 had like there was some deep conversations
There
in
were,
7
dude,
that
yeah.
didn't really I didn't really resonate with me until I was older, and I beat it when I was older that I like actually understood
Yeah.
the story and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, so what brought you into Final Fantasy 7? You said that was the first game that really kind of like got you into the series. What stood out to you about it? And brought you into it?
First, I actually never really liked games like that.
Mhm.
I played platformers like Mario and Mega Man,
Mhm.
Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Metal Gear. I played a little bit.
Mhm.
But one day my cousin was babysitting me, and I would go to his house when he did, and he was playing 7. I think this was actually a year after 7 actually came out, though. So it was like 98. I was 7 years old. And I was making fun of him. I'm like, what are you playing? You know how annoying 7-year-olds are? I was probably
Mhm.
annoying as shit. And I'm just like, what are you playing? It's magic, and this is nerdy shit.
Yeah.
And he was at Temple of Ancients. And
Yes.
was it Temple of Ancients, City of Ancients? City of Ancients is where she dies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was at City of Ancients. I was seeing him go through the whole debacle, and I was like, oh, this game's pretty cool.
Dude,
And
yes.
I think that's the quietest I've ever been when he babysat me. He even looked over to make sure I was okay. He's like, very good. And I saw the part of, this was the first time he was playing this, by the way.
Mhm.
And
Oh my God.
you know, that scene happened, and I saw him crying. I was like,
Yeah.
why are you crying? I didn't understand it because I was so young, you know.
Mhm.
But then as I got older, or as time went on, I was like, man, I was raised as in a strict family, and I was taught not to cry as a boy, right? Like we big boys don't cry,
Yeah.
And I was like, man, how strong does a game have to be to make you cry?
Yeah.
Like as a man.
Some powerful shit, dude.
Yeah. So then I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, can you get this for me? I'll do chores, whatever. I don't care. I want to play the game.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into it. And I fell in love with it ever since.
Nice, man.
I never looked back.
Yeah. That part in the game is insane for anybody. I think even
It
like
really is.
yeah, I remember. So like, I had my stepbrother read me the game, so I'd be playing it, and he'd be like beside me, just like reading all the words. And I can't remember what happened. I probably pissed him off in some way. I was kind of a rude brother, and so like he was like, "I'm not
Remind me of
doing
my brother.
I'm not playing with you anymore." And so like I'm like forcing myself to read through it, and I got so involved with the game. I got like so connected to the characters. And then, like, that's probably my first thing of loss. Because thinking about it, like,
Yeah.
there's no shows really. Like, I was into Power Rangers back then. Like, Kimberly never died. You know what I mean? We
Yep.
didn't really have a whole...
Goku does, but he comes back to life. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, we're
doesn't
like, it's
count.
cool.
They bring him back like 5 times.
So, like, I really wasn't adapted to the loss. And I don't know. So that got me, too. I remember being, like, a little kid and just, like, probably a little bit of tears welling up. I was like... Don't growl, set yourself on fire, Reeves. But it was a good one, man. It was a good one. But, like, I guess I actually watched an episode of you on Sector 6 talking about how you felt like what Final Fantasy did in your life, like how it affected you as a person. And do you mind touching on that really quick? Like, I don't want to ask you the same question,
Yeah.
but do you mind
I
touching
don't
on
remember
that?
word for word what I said, but I can definitely touch back on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the thing is, it like personally affected me a lot. When I think his question was who was my favorite character and why.
Oh, okay.
And I told him Cloud, obviously. Besides Zach, I like Zach, but he's not part of OGFF7.
Yeah.
And Cloud is my favorite because I resonated with him so much when I was younger because I wasn't really bullied, but like I was in. You look at me now and you're like, "There's no way this guy got bullied."
Yeah.
But I was a little nerdy when I was younger, and I tried to fit in with the cool kids club, and they would let me in, but it was almost like a pity thing and kind of to make fun of me a little bit and have someone that they can, become their punching bag, pretty much. And that's where I kind of resonated with Cloud a little bit.
Yeah.
And I really started to feel like, once I beat that game and I saw what he went through, and he didn't take shit from nobody anymore. He went and became a hero. He's pretty much saved Gaia. He saved all.
Yeah.
Gaia. He got the girl of his dreams. Shippers. Yes.
Yeah.
He was laying that pipe down under that high window.
I mean, yeah, they were like, "It's our last day alive. Nobody else is here."
And and so it like completely made me do a 180 in real life. I stopped giving a crap about trying to hang out with the cool kids.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't take shit from anybody anymore. I was in a private school, so my mom was a little upset but also like proud of me at the same time because I was getting into a lot of fights, which Cloud also was getting into a lot of fights. I didn't let people pick on me anymore. If anytime someone tried picking on me, I would immediately just like, it was bad obviously, but like it was better than being bullied,
Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely changed my perspective on like trying to fit in or trying to like just take a beating, just not physically, but like an emotional beating, just because you want to fit in with the cool kids,
Yeah. After hearing that question asked you and your response, I've never thought about it, but I was like, how did it make me feel? Like, how did what affected me in my life? And then I looked back on stuff and like, for me, I feel like growing up, I was that kid as well too. Like I got into fights all the time, man. I grew up in like a really backwoods town, but like, I remember this, like, this is gonna sound so stupid, dude. Okay. But I remember being like on vacation and I was with my dad. We were at the beach and I remember like walking on the beach, listening to some music, probably had like an old school Walkman with a big ass headphones, I don't know, like walking down the beach.
Listen to Eminem.
Yeah. And I just remember like this like feeling like, man, I just want to experience like that same love that like I felt like, either Cloud and Tifa had or Cloud and Aerith and like something real in my life. And I remember like just that was the only thing that I've got that I could like really relate to that as. I've always kind of like been a like secretly like a, I don't know, like a hopeless romantic in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
And it came out in music. Like I wrote a lot of songs about that, and like just I don't know.
See?
So it's cool.
It's crazy how much like you will ask musicians and they'll say like video games are like what made them want to start writing music. That's crazy.
There you go. But I don't know. I love that question. So like kudos to freaking Sector 6 and kudos to how you answered it. Dude.
That was a hard question to answer too. When he asked me, I was like, oh man, you didn't even tell me about this beforehand. I have
you could have emailed me like weeks in advance.
It was like you could have told me to prepare, and I just kind of rambled off and said what I felt that I worked, I guess.
Yeah. Well, man, so we always try to do like a dive on people and like how your YouTube channel started about 4 years ago. So how did you decide to start your YouTube channel? And I know that one of your first videos was about Final Fantasy Morbius. So yeah, how did you decide to kind
There's probably earlier videos, but I probably deleted them by now.
Lost forever.
I started my channel about 4 years ago, but I wouldn't say I actually started consistently uploading. I pretty much just did it for fun at that point. And it wasn't until the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia came out, and I had a lot of knowledge in that game because I played the Japanese version on my phone. And it was just a very nostalgic. Whoa, Jeanette, yo,
Jesus.
We were just talking about you before the show.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Welcome everybody. You're gonna have to remind me what I was just talking about.
I know. Just freaking blows the whole chat up. Jeez.
Oh, Jeanette, thank you so much for a raid. Appreciate it.
We were just talking about like literally you raided freaking Legions a while back. Dude, or did you raid her? I don't remember who raided who.
I haven't been able to because she ends, unfortunately, before I go live. So I've never been able to raid her. I'm going to have to go live early one day so I can send love her way, too.
Yeah. Dude, well, thank you guys so freaking much. I love y'all to death. Jeanette, you're a freaking amazing person. And, like, yeah, I probably actually rated myself as well because I've got you up on my computer. Heck freaking yes.
Yeah, make sure you guys go give Jeanette a follow. She's an amazing musician.
Yeah,
amazing. And she's pushing for partner right now. So,
which Jeanette, I don't know. Have you heard anything back about that? And also, while we've got you on here about that, Legion's just got his freaking path to partnership completed. So everybody, congratulations in the chat.
It's actually the third time I'm applying, so let's hope I get it. I've applied like a year or two ago and I never got it. So we'll see this time. Maybe third time's a charm.
Dun, dun, dun. Dude, wait, Jeanette hasn't applied for it yet? What? Dude, I don't know. Both of you guys, both of y'all deserve partnership for sure. Like, you guys are amazing streamers, and y'all have been freaking grinding. Like, the growth that I've seen from both y'all's channels is freaking awesome to just be a viewer and a fan of both of you guys, and also, like, be able to talk to y'all.
Oh, thanks, man. Awesome, I appreciate it.
Very cool. But hell yeah, thank y'all so much for the freaking raid, and apparently a hype train. Jesus, y'all are amazing. Thank you guys. Love y'all to death.
What was the question? I forgot. Jeanette's raid totally blew my mind.
Know, geez. Jeanette, we've got 150 people in here. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much. Guys, yeah. Thank y'all. Oh my gosh. All right, Legions. Here we go. We got
it was YouTube, right? Okay, yes, when I started my channel. So I did start my channel about 4 years ago, but it was just like very like casual, just like, oh, I'm playing Final Fantasy walkthrough, and I didn't have any idea of what I was doing. I didn't consistently upload until Opera Omnia came out, which was 3 years ago. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. Hell yeah.
Jesus, y'all are insane. Thank y'all so freaking much. My God. Hype train.
And Dissidia was the first thing that I made content on, and I didn't start getting like really, really serious with it. You're gonna have to remind me what the question was before, by the way, like about the whole YouTube thing.
Oh yeah, no, just what got you into starting your YouTube channel?
Oh, okay, like, so definitely NSP. like I said, NSP and Peasant, I watch them a lot. They're especially the videos I do now. I wouldn't say like I copy what Blitz or like NSP do. I mean, a lot of Final Fantasy content creators pretty much have like the same kind of format when it comes to doing like news updates or like reviews, stuff like that. I put my own little twist on it, but he was definitely a huge inspiration and what I looked at when I was like, oh, okay, so this is how I do this the right way, you know, in a professional way. But it wasn't until last year where I started making a lot of YouTube content. a lot. Like
Yeah,
I lost
dude, I saw like
sleep. I went from like 1,000 subs or barely 1,000 to like 8,000 in a year.
Mhm.
So I gained like 7,000 subs in the span of a
Oh
year,
my
which is
god.
pretty good for
Yeah.
for a small channel. I was pushing out a lot of content. I got better with my thumbnails.
Dude,
I got a lot better with like actually making good content on
Mhm.
YouTube. I started networking with other people a lot. It probably put a hamper on my relationship that I was in. But that's a whole nother story. I wasn't really that happy anyway. So it was like work, stream, YouTube, and then find time to spend
Yeah.
time with. When I will say this right now, if you're looking to be a content creator, especially if you're looking to do YouTube or Twitch at the same time, definitely don't try to look for a relationship if you're not in one, because it is hard
Dude,
to
yeah.
find time for people, especially when you're like, oh, okay, I'm just streaming, I'm gonna end stream at 5 p.m. today, and then 5:15 comes and it's like, hey, we just released a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, and you're like, oh my god, I gotta make a video on this.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, can't do nothing. Yeah, it's like you don't have time.
Yeah, I recently, man, it's been a lot like that. I've been streaming, and then either before stream I'll come up here. Like I've got a detached garage, and I got to come up.
Yeah, I remember you telling me. Yeah,
Jody, don't even. Jody's in here, and she just started it. but no, like so like I'll either come up before stream or I'll stay late after stream, and I'll work on editing videos. And like if something comes out, like you said, you don't want to be like the last kid at the party. As soon as like the news drops, you want to be able to put your own video.
Yeah,
out.
because that's YouTube's spiel, dude. Like if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah,
like
Ricky
if you're the
Bobby.
last person to upload a video about it, your views are gonna tank because people have already seen it
yeah.
and they don't really care for yours unless it's dedicated viewers, you know.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, man, so I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now if not for Bianca Savage 911 dropping some gifted subs.
Five gifted.
I know, but thank you for just supporting the channel.
Y'all are popping off.
Fucking craziness.
I
Thank
love
you
to
so
see
freaking
it.
much.
Hell yeah.
And might I just say that everybody that got gifted a sub there is a freaking goat, dude. Thank you, Jody. Freaking awesome. But like you said, I don't feel like if you don't have a good relationship already, it's going to be very hard because, man, I'm not even doing this for a profession, and it's like hard as shit.
Yeah, I would definitely say like at starting out, just definitely like not for you obviously because you're pretty. I've been watching your streams. You pretty much know what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You're growing fast too. But like if you're someone new just starting out, definitely don't look at this and be like, I'm gonna be a millionaire. No. Like, it is a grind. Like everybody does this now. Everybody wants to be a streamer. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Just do it for fun. And if it's something that you enjoy doing and it grows eventually and you can see some kind of income from it in the future, then maybe capitalize on it. But definitely don't pursue this as a career right off the bat.
Yeah, and you know, like something else that kind of in that same sense is I've seen a lot of people, especially like when the pandemic happened and people got like laid off, but they also got like unemployment and stuff like that they were able to live off of, like the boosted unemployment. They went on and they were like, I'm a full-time streamer, dude. Like, there's a big difference in the reason that bothered me in the least bit is because it like gives other people like unrealistic expectations of success. And
it does.
They're like, oh, I've been, really on my grind for like 6 months now. I'm a full-time streamer. It's like,
and then at the end of 6 months, they still have 2 viewers. It's
exactly.
really hard.
Yeah.
And that's the thing these days. You can't just hit the go live button and play a game. You have to do TikTok, or you have to do YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. You have to grow from an outside source and like funnel those people into your streams, or it's very hard to grow. Jeanette actually does a very good job at that. She does TikTok and Instagram, and she posts clips of her songs all the time. And it's actually incredible. I love watching her clips.
Yeah, and honestly too, like, I mean, I think that's really where it's all at. Like, you can't just do that one thing. Like, I don't feel like there's some people, and I'd maybe even say like hot tub streamers or whatever might be a little bit more of the exception than the rule. But a lot of people aren't able to just make their financials off of Twitch, and so being able to do that, like, be multiversal and multifaceted.
I don't know, man. I think if me and you got in a hot tub, we'd make some money.
I know. Look, I'm just saying it might happen. It might happen. We might have. Oh my God, Meg with the gifted subs. What? Thank you so freaking much.
Heck yeah, man. It's good to see.
Random Fan Cat asked, we're all on, but what is this channel about? And really quick, just to address that, I just want to say, like, freaking, it's a variety stream. We do a lot of different stuff, play a lot of JRPGs, a lot of RPGs, a lot of single-player games, and have podcasts with awesome freaking guests on, like, Legions. So, and that's what you've rated into. A podcast! But, speaking of a lot of different games, is there anything coming out right now that you're just like, I have to get my hands on it? Is there a game that you're like overjoyed about?
Strangers Paradise. I literally can't think of anything else. And it's actually so funny. I think they saw me tweeting about it a lot or talking about it on streams and YouTube videos. I actually got reached out to by ScreenX.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hell
so
yeah.
Apparently I will be getting a free code and a couple to give away. So
yes.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking insane.
That's probably like the best thing about like having more viewers now and actually like having a lot of views on content is like being able to work with other companies like that.
Yeah.
Like never when I started my channel posting stupid FF7 videos did I ever think that I was going to be like sponsored by Square Enix, you know what I mean?
Dude,
like,
that would be freaking
crazy.
insane, man. Yeah, like that's amazing that's even a possibility. And like the more that you grow in your channel, the more things like that are going to be happening for you. You're going to be like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Getting that.
Yeah, like I'm probably at the point now where if I wanted to, I could do this full time.
Hell yeah.
But I don't want to.
Well,
because I've seen people, some scary shit happen to people. Blitz, one of them. Like, could you just imagine your whole condo flooding?
I know,
and, like,
man. Yeah.
Not being able to make content, which is how you make money for weeks.
Yeah.
Or your equipment being destroyed. Or it's very scary to think about. You know,
it is insane, and I don't know. That's why I feel like, you know, being like having multiple platforms just to really kind of promote yourself on and
you have
be able to make profits off of. Like Jeanette with the Raid freaking does the music videos and stuff, which will pull views years from now, you know. It's probably because I'm used to listening to.
Hey, what's going on, Laharl? I see one of my mods in you.
Laharl, dude, nice. How you doing? Welcome in. But yeah, like for me, I think I might have seen you post about this too, but Elden Ring, man, I'm like, the two games are coming out a month apart. Elden Ring and then Stranger of Paradise.
I don't even think it's a month. It might be like 3 weeks.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
like
I
that. Might literally tear up. But no, like, dude,
I'm gonna try to beat Elden Ring before that.
Yeah. And honestly too, like I'm probably buying Forbidden West. Because, like, I love the original game. It's just been, there's so much other stuff coming out that I'm like, I don't know how
I will be playing that too, but I'm going to keep that as off-stream game. Because it is very long, and I tend to get sidetracked and not really. Those kinds of games are like, it's hard to really make content on them, you know, like while you're streaming. Because I spend the whole time doing side quests. Like, I just spend the whole time exploring, and I'm like, that probably isn't entertaining for some people, but I enjoy it. So I'm probably going to keep that one to myself.
Dude, I don't blame you. And I'm thinking about doing it, but I know Elden Ring is, as soon as it comes out, I mean, I'm doing like a midnight stream of it, or I think we get early access with the pre-order, so maybe that. But seriously, like, I know that Horizon...
There's co-op in it. Maybe we could do a stream together one of these days when it comes out, because I already planned one with Blitz and Baby Seal.
Dude, they're doing Elden Ring too?
Yep.
I can't wait, dude. That, and then also, but the thing I was going to say is, like, Elden Ring's coming out, and then Stranger of Paradise, which the makers of that made Neo and Neo 2, and, like, honestly, I feel like we're getting two Dark Souls or, like, Soulsborne games. Like,
Soulsborne, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
Well,
insane.
Elden Ring is a Souls game, and then the Stranger of Paradise is the Souls-like, they call it, I guess.
Yeah.
So it won't be as hard as Elden Ring, but I played the demo on hard mode. It's still pretty hard.
Yeah.
But I think with co-op, it's going to be kind of easy.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I agree. With especially are we limited to 3? Is that what it is?
Three. It's three co-op. The 3-player co-op, and I did it on a demo, and we absolutely decimated Garland.
Yes.
Like Black. I don't know
Dude.
if they nerfed Black Mage as a demo, but Black Mage is broken.
Yeah, it is.
Black Mage is broken, dude.
And like my favorite thing on there, I did like a how to be Chaos the first time, I guess, Garland, before I really even knew who he was. But Soul Shield is like a completely different thing, and I wish that they would have done that with some other games. But man, like I think that that's going to be a huge hitter in that game.
Yep.
Soul Shield's
Did you see the new classes they revealed yesterday?
Yeah.
Like Void Knight is that on steroids.
That looks awesome.
I can't wait for Void Knight, dude.
There's another one that looks Breaker. The Breaker class looks like it's just the freaking like a great sword class. I'm stoked about that one, dude. Hopefully we'll get a Buster Sword skin. I don't know. Who knows?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it, dude. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it.
That game is nuts, man. But yeah, like I don't know. Do you feel like you're going to be covering some of those games?
Yeah, I'm gonna be making guides on those games. Yeah, I'm gonna make a guide guides on Elden Ring, like for certain bosses, or how to cheese bosses, or how to get to certain secret locations.
Yeah,
which kind of sucks when you have to do content like that, because that means you have to play the game a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah,
on and off stream. So like my whole life, that's what I mean when I say like relationships when you do content is very hard, because like we're not lucky enough. I'm not at the point yet where I'm lucky enough to get like review copy for something days early. So like as the YouTube, like I said earlier, you got to do these fast, right? Because you got to be one of the first people to post them out, or you don't get a lot of views on them. So like my main focus when Elden Ring is going to come out is just be like blast through the game to try and which sucks sometimes, because sometimes it kind of ruins the enjoyment of just like taking your time with the game. But that's some of the things you sacrifice when you do content. That's why I said Forbidden West, that's going to be a me game and play off stream, take my time.
Yeah,
that's going to be the chill stream, the chill game that I play when I'm not making content.
Man, I wish.
But yeah,
I wish.
No, sorry,
like, speaking of, I guess, streams that you play or games that you play off stream, I wish I would have done Final Fantasy VII Remake off stream.
I did
first playthrough.
Which
you played it
probably
off stream?
will be surprised by that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, "What?" Yeah, like Final Fantasy content creator plays it off stream.
It's a smart move, though, dude. It's a smart move.
Yeah,
I wish
I didn't want to be spoiled for one, and for two, I waited for this game. Okay, so I did one stream. I did one stream, and that's where I had my reaction of me literally breaking down in tears as Aerith looked at the. I don't know what it was. Just seeing her look up at the camera and the music hit, I like lost it. I lost it. I couldn't even tell chat why I was crying. I was like, I don't know. I think it's just nostalgia that's making me cry.
Dude, or we've been waiting for almost 20 years.
25 years. Yeah, 20 years.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And yeah, so like I was like, after that stream, I was like, you know what? I don't want to wait to play this only on stream for you guys. I want to play this game. I waited for it for 20 plus years. I was like, I'll play hard mode on stream for you guys, which is probably more entertaining anyway. I'm going to go through and experience this to myself. And I'm glad I did, because I enjoyed it a lot more. I could actually focus on the game,
There's a part, so I made it a pretty good ways in before I was like, I should have not done this on stream. Because whenever they're in the Shinra mansion, or in the Shinra building, and they go in through and they're doing like the huge scene where Sephiroth comes in and like kills Barret and Tifa, and like I looked at that and I was like, that's the first time in a game.
Oh, you're talking about the VR thing where they kill where Sephiroth. Yeah.
That whole scene with like the fire tornadoes destroying everything. That's the first scene in a game that's ever like taken my breath. And I was like, I can't even talk. I'm gonna turn my camera off. So I like turned my camera off and just streamed and sat there and watched it. I was like,
the only regret I have was not streaming the ending, because when I saw Zach, I was like,
what? yeah.
I lost my shit at like 10 p.m. by myself in my living room on my big screen TV. It's like, is that fucking Zach? Is that?
Oh my God!
I was mad. So I was hyped, and then 5 minutes later, I sat there in silence. I stared at the screen, and I was like, I don't like this. I like this, but I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't know
how to feel right now. I need to have someone to talk to about it.
Yeah, and that's why I ended up doing so many podcasts after that with people. I was like, dude, I need to talk to people about this.
What is
I've never consumed so much YouTube content.
Oh, I know.
In my life after that.
Oh my God.
I never watched YouTube so much until that moment. I was watching so many Final Fantasy videos.
Yeah. And God, man, I feel like we have had so much anticipation building up for like, I mean, even Intergrade kind of like didn't, I don't know. I wouldn't say it quenched anyone's thirst metaphorically for like knowing what's going
No,
on.
it just
with
left
the
us
game.
with more questions.
Yeah, and what is your take on Zach? What do you think's happening there?
I hate it.
Me too.
I absolutely hate it. And it's funny because he's my favorite Final Fantasy character of all time.
Yeah.
But I hate what they're doing.
Because it.
As much as Clark wants to tell me that it's a good thing, I hate it. I hate it. What I think they're going to do is find some way. There's a lot of people that think that it's 2 timelines.
Mhm.
I'm not going to argue with people about this, but I do not think it's 2 timelines. I think what happened when they defeated the Whisperers made those 2 timelines converge.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be honest with you, they're probably not going to explain. People are going to be like, but what about the cloud that was with Zach? They're probably not going to explain what happened, or they're just going to be like, he disappeared or
Yeah.
something. Right? They're probably going to leave that a plot hole, which annoys the shit out of me. But I think it's just 1 timeline, and I think they're going to find some way for Zach and Cloud at the end of the game eventually to like come together and defeat the main baddie, whether it be Genova or Sephiroth or somebody totally different. But yeah, I that's why I think Zach's purpose is there.
So I've got a theory that I actually came out with today. But okay, when Barrett was brought back from the Whispers, when he got stabbed by Sephiroth, did he die? And then he came back?
Yes.
So he died, came back. Do you feel like possibly the Whispers...
Or was dying, you know?
Yeah. Do you think that the Whispers could have either A, brought him back, and so he's not necessarily from another timeline, but I guess the only thing that really throws a wrench in that is, I guess, the 2 different... Or Beagle dog. So the 2 different dogs could throw the wrench in that. But either the Whispers...
A lot of people think it's a red herring, but Square Enix does not do red herrings.
Yeah.
They do not.
Zach, but he
They
needs to see
literally
that.
made you go through the whole game
They're just
and
shoved him in your
shoved
face.
Stamp in your face like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what he looks like.
Follow
Don't
Stamp's
forget.
nose. Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
And then we're going to slow-mo the new one
Yeah.
and make it stop in front of your face so you can notice it's different. Like, nah, that's not a red herring. They don't do red herrings. They
No.
want you to realize, like, hey, something's happening here.
Yeah. Dude, I totally agree. I think that there's something that I'm missing for sure. I think that there has to be some kind of like something happened after the Whispers died for sure. Or after you defeated them. But my 2 thoughts were maybe the Whispers brought Zach back and maybe he just comes into it and it's just like, oh shit, I'm not dead anymore. Or he came back from the live stream, which again would not be the first time that had happened.
See, I don't think it's either of those. I think Sephiroth is the reason that this is all happening.
Yeah.
I think Sephiroth, because he clearly absorbs the Whispers during that fight. That's where he starts getting the wing. Like, he's absorbing them and literally becoming stronger as the fight's going on. And claiming his like previous like future memories from Advent Children. Like, he's getting the strength from Advent Children, right, with the 1 wing.
Yeah.
And I think that this is all part of his plan somehow, because this is changing the future, right? So he doesn't want to be defeated anymore. So maybe drastically changing the future will impact it somehow, right?
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe Aerith being alive means that there's no more Holy, right? Because maybe one of the things was she needed to die, or sacrifice herself for Holy to work, because it didn't work till she died.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what's going on, because they leave it very vague, and everyone has all these theories, and it could be so many different things. But what I do know is that Sephiroth is definitely 100% manipulating all of this. Like, it's going the way that he's planning it this whole time. Like, he's being very cynical and maniacal, and I absolutely actually love Sephiroth in this game. That's one of the few things I do like in this game. The new Sephiroth.
Yeah. Random fan cat said Sephiroth is Genova, just saying. And I do have to, like, there's weight to what she's saying, or to what they're saying. But what is your take on that? Do you think that Sephiroth is still being manipulated by Genova, or do you think that
not this one? No,
now? The newer
not this
one.
We've got? The one that's from the future, the live stream Sephiroth. No, that's just 100% free from Genova's influence. Sephiroth,
dude.
Even the Sephiroth in Northern Crater at the end of the game in OG is not influenced by Sephiroth. He if anything, he controls Genova at that point.
Oh, that's true, because he kind of
At the end, like when you're climbing down Northern Crater and you have to fight Genova first.
Yeah, I totally agree. Cause that how many other forms does Genova have? You know what I mean?
A lot. A lot.
How many forms we gotta beat? But yeah, I agree though, man. And I don't. After watching Sleepy's, and Baby still worked on that too. I'm sure. Like Jesus,
The reunion
Christ,
video.
dude.
That video is freaking amazing.
If y'all have not seen that, like that is probably the most cohesive fan.
I know how
video.
much work that went behind that, and it was,
dude.
It took him a long time. Let's just say hundreds of hours to make that video.
Dude, yeah. I didn't actually even get to watch the video. Like I listened to it while I was driving to different jobs and stuff.
I did the same thing.
Dude.
I think I was doing a hike or something, and I listened to it like across multiple days. I listened to it like 2 times.
Yeah,
because I felt like there was so much there that I was like, wait, I gotta listen to this again. And I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same, dude. And so like in saying that, not even really getting to see the actual video, like just listening to it, I was like, my God, man, he has put so much into this. And then I gotta later on go back and watch it, and I'm like, he's just made like an Avengers movie. Like,
yeah,
it's so well edited, the audio's so well done, everything's so looked into. It's freaking awesome, man. But I feel like that's probably theirs is the.
He actually has a degree in like theater, like movie,
dude,
like directing. So like that's where that like a great editing came from. Like,
yeah.
He said the research didn't take too long. It was the editing that was a pain in the dick.
Yeah. But so do you have like a favorite fan theory of what do you think's like kind of going on with it? I guess would that kind of encompass?
I have mine, which is a fun one, which is kind of memey, but I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like Cloud, and the only way for them to actually wipe Sephiroth off of the live stream completely, no, what's the word I'm looking for here? Geostigma, or anything left in the live stream, no negative live stream. The only way to wipe him out completely, I feel like, is Cloud and Cloud and Zack together form a sword Buster Sword made of a spirit energy from the live stream, and they cut him in half like freaking Dragon Ball Super Trunks and some monsters. That's literally how I feel like literally how I feel like it's gonna end. And like I'm saying this jokingly, but like there's a chance that that's actually gonna happen, which scares me because I don't know. Here's the point. I'm at the point now where like I look at this game as a sequel, and if I want to go play the OG, I will go play the OG.
Yeah.
And with everything that Echo S is doing and Sunamods, and like it feels like a completely new game.
Dude, Sunamods with the voiceovers, and you're gonna be in it, right? You're gonna be in it?
I'm already in it, yeah.
Yes! Dude,
I'm a couple NPCs. I'm going to do a couple NPCs for him. And then he has me in there as a cameo.
Yes. That's
Blitz is, I don't know if you played the demo, but Blitz is in there as a cameo.
I haven't played the demo with him yet, man, but I've got to then, so I'm freaking
It's funny.
stoked.
They have him as like some radio host in like the Sugar Tower. It's really funny.
Dude, I was about to say I really hope that he at least says, "What's up, guys?" And he
does. Dude. What's up, guys? It's your boy Blitz here.
Yeah.
Like he does all that. I'm gonna do the same thing at Costa del Sol.
I
so
like it.
You guys will see me there.
I like it, man.
I told him, make sure I'm in a Speedo and there's 2 women or 3 next to me on the beach, like Hojo. Replace me with Hojo.
Yeah. Dude, that's the most like funny break of character I think that I've ever seen in a video game. Because every other time you see him, he's like insane and like shakingly snickering and like always up to some menacing, horrible stuff. And then you see him just chilling out on a freaking like beach chair, and he's like, "Nah, I'm on vacation right now." That's the best break of character possibly ever.
Yep. Yeah, random. There is voice acting now. There's a voice acting mod for Final Fantasy. It's from Sunamods and his team. You can download it on Google. There's a YouTube video on how to download it. It's called Seventh Heaven is the mod manager. It's very, if you're a fan, if anyone in chat is a fan of Final Fantasy 7 OG and wants to play it with like 60 FPS, 4K textures.
It's so good, dude.
Better like remake models, voice acting, all that's there, and they do a phenomenal job. There's some actual voice actors that work for Toei in Echo S, and then there's a lot of aspiring voice actors that are doing this as just a fan project for free.
And the crazy thing is like they some of the voice actors on there. I'm not like knocking on anybody, but the voice actors on Sunomod, some of them are actually better than the voice actors in Remake, and I'm like, holy shit!
Have you
how did
listened
this
to
happen?
Zach?
Zach
Have
and
you listen to Echo
Sephiroth?
S. Zach?
Who does Sephiroth?
Yes. I think his name's Dave. I forgot his last name. Yeah, his name's Davey. He does a phenomenal job. I actually had him record stuff for me.
Oh, really?
Because we did that thing with Sunomods. His
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw it, the game show that he had with a bunch of content creators on there.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning. That's how I got the cameo. And that's I got a call, like a Discord call, and I was able to sit in a Discord call with him. It was pretty cool.
That's freaking awesome. I actually ended up, I don't know, I think we rated them one day. I think we rated into, not Sunomods, but the other guy that does, like, I guess the editing of the voice.
Craig, right?
Maybe, I can't remember. I know he does a lot of music. He does a ton of music, but then he also does, like, the voiceovers. But it might have been Craig, maybe. But we rated into his, and he was like, Sunomod's actually working on everything right now, and I'm, like, streaming the voiceovers and sending them over
Oh no,
to
it was
him.
Crane.
Crane,
That's who you're
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about,
it's Crane. That is who it is. And but yeah, dude, he's freaking awesome, man. It does a weird peaking thing. Oh well. Yeah.
It's every once in a while I hear it from you, Mike, sometimes, but it's
Son
like
of the
it's happened
balls.
like once every maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And it's only for like a second.
Oh dang. All right. Well, thanks for letting me know. I have no clue. But yeah, man, Crane and Sunomods, they've got a great team. I think that they really do a bang up job. But
They do.
yeah. Well, man, another Final Fantasy VII question. Where do you see part 2 starting and ending?
Starting in calm, 100%.
Mhm.
With I think it's gonna start. The screen's gonna go from black and fade into us literally being in the back of the truck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then I think it's going to end at Nibelheim, after Nibelheim.
Mhm.
So I don't think we're gonna play as Vincent. I think if they do, he'll be a DLC, which I don't really see them doing DLC. So I have a theory it's either gonna end there. But when I started thinking about it, because I did a video with Danny from Final Fan TV where we mapped out like all of Final Fantasy VII OG and like literally took math into it of like really how long it would actually take, like if from the distance wise, and how big these areas would have to be if they were going to do open world. I don't think it's going to be open world, by the way, at all.
Oh man!
But I think now, after thinking about it for a little while, I think it's probably going to end. You know, when you leave Rocket Town and you take the tiny Bronco and you get shot down and you're in the water, and they're just like, all right, where do we go from here? You know? I think that would be a perfect place to end it.
That is a pretty good place.
But it probably going to be Nibelheim. I wish that they would go, like, if they want to surprise everybody, they would go all the way to Aerith's death. Or, I mean, if they even do that anymore, right? Because the timeline has changed now. They can do anything they want. Square Enix can do anything they want. But if they want to, like, realistically do this game in 4 parts, they have to at least go to, like, Nibelheim, Rocket Town. There's a lot of areas to cover between then and there.
Are we going 4 parts, you think? Or you think it would be 3 or...
Of what? Of a 4-party?
No, I'm saying for remake. Do you think that they'll have 4 parts, or you think they'll try to do the trifecta of 3?
I think they want to do 3, but I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah.
With the rate that they're going,
and like Midgar
man.
was so huge.
And you got to imagine that Junon's going to be as big as Midgar, right?
Yeah.
It's like Junon is the capital of Midgar, right? It's where everything started, the revolution and all that. So you got to imagine that giant cannon, right? It's going to be huge.
Yeah, dude, I cannot wait. One of my favorite cutscenes in the original was whenever I'm trying to think of what the name of the weapon was that was coming up to the Junon, the cannon, and it just blasts him in the face. But that whole
the Mako cannon, the sister ray.
Yeah, the sister ray. But yeah, man, I freaking I was talking to Mo and our MJ Gallagher, name drop, but like I was talking to him and he was saying that like he thinks, yes, book drop. No, dude. Oh, yeah, there you go. Dude, yes.
On Amazon, you guys can get it.
Dude.
On Amazon.
It's a freaking amazing book. Great to see you both.
It goes into the Norse mythology of Final Fantasy, and it's an amazing book. I'm about halfway done with it.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's an amazing book. And I was talking to him about. I ask every content creator the same question: where do you think it's going to start? Where do you think it's going to end? And everybody said something different. But Moe's was probably one of like the most. I like yours a lot as well too, by the way, because I feel like in the game, whenever you do crash down, and everybody's like, "Well, what do we do now?" That was really a good turning point because it's really where it starts being a lot more open world too.
Open,
you can do
yes.
Yuffie stuff,
that's where I think it'll be more open in the third game.
Yeah.
Right. Second game, I feel like they gotta make that linear and like just plow through areas. Or man, we're not gonna finish this till we have grandkids.
I know, dude. Jesus.
This rate. Holy
like,
crap.
yeah, they better be working on part 3 right now as well too. Like they're sitting on part 2.
Apparently they said they are
good
already.
Good. Yeah. But I was talking to Mo and he said that his thoughts, a lot of people are saying the same intro. Either they're gonna walk into Calm or they'll already be in the flashback. I like the idea of already being in the flashback.
I
love that because, like, really, why do we need to see like them just walk into town and then be like, all right, and then go into this massive cutscene, you know, or like massive flashback? But, I don't know. Mo is saying that he sees it like starting off with a flashback and then seeing the town get burned down and then going into ending with them walking into Nibelheim and then being like, what the fuck? Like, I thought this whole town was burned down. And so that was, I guess, one of his opinions.
I mean,
but they're still...
me and NSP were talking about them skipping stuff in Remake, but I don't think they're going to skip that. No way they skip Junon. There's absolutely no way.
Oh, no. I'm saying end it there. Not necessarily skip it.
End it as you walk into Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
man,
like,
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then you could start in the next part 3, like, in the mansion, you know? In the mansion.
Oh, I would be so mad. Oh my God, I'd be so mad. Gallagher, you better stop that. You better stop that shit. You better stop giving them ideas.
I think he just wants to get to Cait Sith as quickly as humanly possible.
Hey, what's up, Ice? How's it going, buddy? Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, heck yes. Icy Galaxies, hello. So if Jenova is just a dream, like the first part in PS1 thing, so you could, like in the first part, so you could wondering it out. Wait, waitering? I don't know. Also, I can't read in this chat, just in case you guys
try to restructure that question and then retype it back out.
Oh, try
weirding?
Wiring it out. Weirding it out? Ah, dude, see, I'm completely
try restructuring that question because I'm curious what you mean. Yeah.
Do you really think they'll pull some of the shit and switch gameplay between
Jenova's not just a dream either. She's very much real.
Dude, Jenova is like, after watching the Sleepies thing, so much more menacing than I even
she is legit a parasite. She's
destroyer of worlds, man. Yeah, that's insane.
She's a calamity from the sky that comes from space, and her objective is literally to destroy planets. Like, that is what she does.
Ooh, Jamie actually just said a really good thing. He said, do you think that they'll pull some Final Fantasy VIII shit and switch the gameplay between Zack and Cloud, kind of like they did with Squall and Laguna? That is a really fucking cool.
I also said this a bunch of times. So I think that they are going to do that. And I actually talked about this with NSP, where I said, I think Final Fantasy 15 would have been way better if they implemented the scenes that were in the movie in the game.
Oh, yeah,
and you were playing with Nyx, and then when you play as Noctis, going to wherever he's going, and then once you finally get to the hotel where he falls asleep, where everything happens, right, with his dad and everything, then Noctis goes to sleep, and it cuts to Nyx, and you're playing as Nyx, defending the city, trying to save his father. Do you know how much better that game would be?
Because, like, 15 just felt rushed. That was, I feel like, the most, like, my biggest problem with it. Because it was actually a really fucking good game. I really liked the game. But then, like, it just, as soon as, like, you get to that town and, like, Leviathan and all that stuff, everything from there is just, like, all gas, no brakes. No fucking other stuff. Just, and it was such a good game, dude. And
I have a lot of gripes with it. But overall, what it is to now, like, today, right? With all the DLC, it's a good game. It's a decent game.
Yeah.
Decent Final Fantasy, but it doesn't compare to others. In my opinion, it's pretty low on the list in terms of like complete game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that too.
Like my problem with the whole Rush thing is they were working on the game for 10 years.
I know. It doesn't
Like,
seem like it. I'm
come
like, what
on.
the fuck? How did dude, the ending. I mean, there was a lot of really cool boss fights. I love the Ifrit fight. I thought that was cool as shit. There was some really, really, really cool stuff that was going on in the game. But dude, they rushed the story and they could have put more stuff in there, you know?
Yeah. I agree though with the Laguna Squall thing. That would be really cool. I actually had a theory that would happen too. I do think I don't know if they're gonna do that in part 2. I think in part 2 they still want to keep Zach a little bit of a mystery, which is gonna annoy me. It's gonna annoy me, but I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where towards the end of the game is where you really start being like the culmination of like a lot of plots coming to life, and you're like, oh my god, that's why that happened. You know, Square Enix loves to do that.
Yeah, it's very true, man. Dude, they're not.
They love stringing you along.
Very much so. Well, speaking of which, it's been kind of radio silence, and there's been a lot of really big events that you would have been like, all right, we're gonna get some news. I mean, I've been in clown makeup this year already alone more than I probably have in the last 2 years. And do you have? Can you go on and say it? Go on and get the clown makeup on. When do you feel like we're going to get any news?
Not until the end of the year.
Dang it. That's the safe play.
Yeah.
That is the safe play.
They could do a massive reveal at E3, but the wording on the recent interview that they had with Katase and Nomura worried me a little bit. They were like, yeah, we're definitely going to show more Final Fantasy VII remake stuff part 2 this year, if all goes well.
I know.
And seeing how 16 got pushed back and 14 Endwalker got pushed back, I know it's different businesses, but if the whole thing with 16 is a lot of the outsourced stuff has been canceled, and a lot of big games like that, obviously remake, huge game, are getting stuff outsourced, and if they can't get that stuff from out of house, it's going to take them a lot longer to do it themselves in-house. So if COVID or these other companies like still put a hamper on development for them, then we might not see it until maybe next year.
Yeah.
Which is, I hope not, but E3 could be the big thing.
The thing is like, I just feel like with marketing, there were some seriously huge missed opportunities. I mean, like 25th year anniversary, that would have been something that they could have at least gave us like a freaking poster or like any kind of a tease of what's actually happening. They pushed First Soldier, which like, I don't know.
And I am an ambassador, and so are you.
Yeah.
So
well,
like,
no, I'm not an ambassador.
I have my.
Not an ambassador.
Oh, you're not?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and say it because I don't care. I'm going to go ahead and say something.
Yeah.
The gacha that they have for getting these skins for this quote unquote collab is atrocious.
It is hard to swallow, man.
It's predatory as hell, and we have a Discord with the staff, and I pretty much went on a rant, and so did Baby Seal today, in that chat, and we added the staff because we're like, I don't think with a conscience I can actually go tell my community to go play this game and spend money,
dude. Well,
like. 25-year anniversary was supposed to be a celebration of Final Fantasy VII. And the only way to get those skins, for me to get my casual FF audience to play a BR that they never play but only want to play because there's these cool skins in there, and they have to spend like a crazy amount of money to get something that isn't even a guaranteed thing. That's something that should have been in an event or a battle pass or maybe just outright purchasable, but the only way to get it is by spending money. You can get some tickets in the game, but not enough to even get pity. For those of you guys that don't know what pity is, in a gacha game, once you hit pity, that means you're guaranteed the thing that you're pulling for.
Which it still said like 25 buys. Holy shit.
You can't even pity. You can't even choose what you want to pity. It's 1 out of 6 things. And once you pity that thing, right? So say you pity one legendary. You have 5 other ones, right? But no, there's a chance you can get the one you already got after spending $50 again.
Oh my god.
And the dupes do nothing for you. So I've
seen people make draws, and it's like, I've seen people make draws that are like, oh, first time I get Cloud and Brain. I'm like,
Sector 6.
I know. Dude, look, we've talked about so many people that are in in stream right now. So just in case y'all's ears were burning and y'all came here, thank you for the raid, dude.
Crane. Well, Crane's in here too.
I
Jesus,
know.
everybody's in here.
Yeah, I was
we were
like,
just talking about Crane too.
I know. I was like, dude, I'm a huge fan, and then he was like, huge fan. What, really? Yes, dude. I freaking love your work. And we were just talking about Suno mods and all the stuff that y'all have done. This freaking insane chat, dude. Legion's bringing the hype tonight, man. Thank you guys.
I'm trying.
Wait, you were talking about me? We were indeed. I rated out to your channel like maybe a few weeks ago.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. But I rated out to your channel. I think y'all were doing voiceover stuff or voice acting, and you were sending it over to Suno, and he was doing some freaking adding some stuff in. That's freaking legit though. But yeah, I don't know, man. So part 2 news. You think that it's probably end of the year? We're looking at end of the year stuff.
E3 or a state of play very late of the year out of nowhere.
Oh, there you
Which
go.
is
Do they
how
have
they
anything?
did the remake announcement previously was a state of play.
So
Well, before they did the 2015 one, right? They had that big, you know, the journey will continue, blah blah blah. That very vague, looked like a movie almost thing. And then it was like radio silent for what 4 years, and then we got a state of play with a hype remake, and then obviously E3 as well.
yeah.
So
But so I guess, do you know when we found out the parameters of the first remake? Because I know that we
you mean like of it just being Midgar?
yeah, we knew beforehand for sure. I just don't know how far away it was.
It was before they showed the it was before they showed the trailer for the game. I know that. It was in an interview. I remember him saying that the first game was only going to be Midgar focused, and that there was going to be new additions to Midgar and expanded upon, which in my opinion wasn't expanded upon enough. But
So
yeah, it was I think it was like a year before they actually showed the trailer.
that's why I'm wondering. Like they haven't told us anything about like the length of this game, like how big this game's actually going to be. Part
You
2.
know what it is? They're just, I'm not gonna lie, they are riding this wave, and I don't blame them because
Yeah.
it is their biggest moneymaker in all Final Fantasy games. It is their most sold Final Fantasy game was 7. And there you got Ever Crisis coming out too, which they're probably gonna announce stuff for that before 7 Remake 2 even gets shown. God knows when that's gonna be. You got First Soldier. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people were mad about how much they spoiled in the trailers for remake that they're probably like trying to not be as spoilery as they were before.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that. And honestly, like, I mean, it's probably good that they are playing it close to their chest like that, but I do wish that we had some kind of like something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Something. I would take a 5-second teaser trail. That would hold me for the rest of the year in content.
For real, no joke, dude. Let's
Have
analyze
you watched
this one.
the full trailer? Have you watched the last trailer for remake?
We're talking
Oh
about
my
this
God.
before Integrate or
Before 7 came out, before 7 remake came out, there was a freaking trailer, the final trailer that came out.
yeah.
And it literally spoiled everything. They saw Barrett getting stabbed in
Oh
the
my
trailer.
God.
So I was like, well,
Yeah.
thank
What?
God I stopped watching after that, because they also show Zack coming in, and people know who Zack is because Zack has his sword a certain way
Yeah.
that Cloud doesn't. So you immediately know it's Zack. They show the highway fight. They show the fight with Sephiroth. They show Sephiroth. Like they
Jesus.
showed so much.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were mad about that trailer. So it doesn't surprise me that they're being kind of quiet.
Yeah. Sector 6 said, "Oh, how early do we know?" Question was around E3 2019. When did they actually drop the trailer?
It was before the actual E3 though, wasn't it? Sector 6. I thought it was like an interview that they did where they, you know, touched on it being Midgar only.
I remember my brother was like, "Oh,
It was
I can't
a little
believe they're
earlier, yeah.
charging this much money for for only Midgar, because like you could speedrun Midgar in like an hour, 2 hours, maybe in in like."
Oh, you should watch Caleb. He speed runs Midgar in like 20 minutes.
Dude, the that's insane, man. I watch what's his name? Something Death something. Crap. He's
I
like
think I know what you're talking about.
speedrunner.
Speedrunner too, yeah.
Yeah. But man, the fact that like he was
Death United States, yeah.
Yeah, dude,
The
he's
Sector
so good.
6 just put it in there, yeah.
Have you seen his he's got a mod actually of the OG that somebody made an entire game of his life, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's
dude.
cool.
It's so
No, I've
ridiculous.
never seen that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. So we've covered a lot of Siri's trying to talk to me. We've covered a lot of remake part 2, remake part 3. Do you have a personal opinion as to where this is all leading? Do you think that we're going to end up fighting Sephiroth like 3 times, 4 times? You think he's...
I hope not.
Yeah.
I think they're going to surprise us and come out there's absolutely no reason for them to do everything they did with the Whispers to not make everything very significantly different.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like, at that point, then what was the point? What was the point of the Whispers? You didn't need the Whispers to just say, hey, we're going to change the story because this is a sequel. And like, I feel like because of the whole timeline converging thing, we are going to see everything significantly different. I think we're still going to see the major parts of the story, the main locations that we remember from OG, like Junon, Mount Coral, Golden Saucer, Nibelheim, Rocket Town, all that, Temple of Ancients. I just think all the events that conspire during that those moments are going to be completely different.
Yeah.
As far as how the game would end, yeah, the thing I said earlier with the live stream sword. I think they're gonna literally be fighting Sephiroth in the Edge of Creation. There's a theory out there, like Peasant has a theory where this is the good Sephiroth before he was brainwashed by Jenova and found out that Jenova was his mother. I don't know. That's a little bit. That's giving too much credit to Square Enix, I feel like.
That is pretty masterful, man. And you got to wonder, like, with all these fan theories that are out there, how much pressure does that put on the game developer, and how much attention are they paying to the fan theories? Is it like they're in freaking jury and they can't check Twitter while they're working on this game?
I mean, like, for example, on Sector 6's show, we talked about how we're not going to say this person's name, just like we didn't on Sector 6's show. But there was a certain somebody in the shipping community that was so ridiculous with his shipping and fan theories that he literally made was it Katase Sector 6 or it was Katase, right? The writer? No, it was Nojima. They literally made Nojima tweet out and say, I'm not talking about Final Fantasy on Twitter anymore.
Yeah. How fucked up, man.
They do pay attention to it, but I think they know that is a very toxic community. Because some of them are very toxic.
I just hope that he just comes out in part 2 at the very starting of it. It's just like Cloud and Tifa making out. just a freaking knife in the heart. Just
have you read Traces of Two Paths?
I haven't read it, but I had Blitz read it to me on stream, so.
I don't think he finished it though. Yeah, he didn't finish that.
Oh god,
he hasn't finished Tifa yet. He still has the last 2 chapters, which are huge.
Blitz, get on it.
Yeah, he said he's working on it, but I don't know. I think he said he's just gonna read it to himself, the rest to himself for now. I think Baby Seal actually has that on his channel. But yeah, Tifa pretty much confesses that she's in love with him.
Yeah,
like. She's telling this to Aerith. So she's telling this story to Aerith and Red 13 as Cloud's up in the distance. And she's telling her story about Nibelheim and how after her mom died, Cloud, always found her cat and always was there for her. And it was like at the moment when he called her to the watchtower, she got very nervous. She was like, "Oh my god, what do I wear?" You know how girls get when they're, when they're into a guy. She was
definitely dressed up, dude. She was definitely dressed up.
And she literally dressed up for the occasion. She's like, "Oh my god, will he like this? Is this too much? Should I wear something else?" And then as she gets there, she's like, "Oh, my heart was beating like crazy. I didn't know why until I finally realized that I was in love with Cloud." So, and she literally comes out and says it in the light novel.
Shit.
So, yeah. So Nojima's pretty much saying, "Fuck you, Cloud and Tifa are a thing."
Yeah. Jamie said,
sorry, Sector 6. I know you like
her cat. I'm just saying. It makes sense. Wondering
Sector
who
6
doesn't
is
love
like
Tifa.
He's seething right now. He's like, "No, it's Aerith." All right.
Nice. Well, actually, so this brings me to one of my. Oh
god, are you gonna ask me a shipping question?
Oh, this is even better than that. I feel like this is at least. Hey, plenty of girls want the Cloud D. Oh my god,
this is true. This is true. But only one actually got it.
I know. Yeah. Oh. All right. So, favorite Final Fantasy VII Remake mod that you've seen, and mine actually comes from you, my friend. I saw this on your Twitter feed. Bifa.
Me?
I think Bifa is my favorite one. So.
Oh, the muscular one that I retweeted from Caleb?
Dude, she's jacked. It's scary, actually.
I'd let her give me a dolphin bluff, you know what I'm saying? I can't say what my favorite one is because Baby Seal sent it to me yesterday, and it's NSFW.
Oh my god. Dun,
There's
dun,
like
dun.
a 4K. Now I know where all the amazing modders were this whole time. Where I'm like, where's all these crazy mods that I'm waiting for?
Yeah.
There was a 4K nude mod that just came out yesterday.
Oh my god, man. I knew it was
And
only
I
a
was
matter of
like,
time,
okay,
dude.
I have to see what it's like. Obviously, I couldn't stream it because I'd be banned. But Baby Seal was telling me on Blitz's stream, and I was like, oh, you're going to have to send me this. So I have to see this.
Dude.
Trust Baby Seal.
Baby
Yeah,
Seal,
but
man.
besides that mod, being on a serious note here, this is hard. I love Demon Slayer, and there's the Demon Slayer outfit
dude,
mod
that's cool.
for Tifa that I wear all the time.
Nice.
Shinobu is the Hashira outfit, like her kimono that
Yeah.
she wears on Tifa looks amazing. One of my there's so many good mods. The Zack mod on Cloud. is
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
that was pretty cool. I can't remember who was playing that one. Did you stream that? Or
I did.
There you go.
I did, yeah, once. And Crane actually is working on one that I am very excited for. Which nothing against the actual voice actors for a remake, but I know me and you talked about the Sephiroth voice actor, right?
Yeah,
which
yeah.
You can correct me if you're still here, Crane. I think his name is Dave, right?
Yeah.
That does Sephiroth. Crane found a way to put Echo S in remake as a mod.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
So they redid the scene with Sephiroth and Cloud in the beginning of the game.
Oh,
with
nice.
With Crane. Crane actually did it.
Yeah, yeah.
He voice acted it, and it sounded amazing.
Yeah.
So that's definitely like one of my favorite ones I'm waiting for. They're gonna try to do it so you can turn on which voice actors you want it to work for, like
be
which
slick.
characters, and
Yeah.
not like all characters. You know.
Mhm. I don't know how they're gonna do that, dude. Like the voice syncing is in Final Fantasy Remake is probably like the cleanest voice syncing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I
and
think
like,
Crane has a clip of it on his channel. I can send
I
it to
gotta
you
watch
after
it,
the
dude.
podcast, and it's
Yeah.
actually perfect. They
hell
did an
yeah,
amazing job.
that is so
Perfect.
cool, dude. I'm like blown away by how much. I don't know how much money they make on doing that, or if they do.
None.
Crane is here. Who is the voice actor for
They do it for
Sephiroth?
free.
I mean, like, it's insane.
We're talking about the mod, Crane, that you're working on for remake, where you found out that you could put your voices, Echo S, in remake.
Yeah.
And also, I was asking the voice actor's name for Sephiroth. Isn't it Dave? I forget his name.
In that clip, it was me. It was.
It was
Crane?
yeah, it was you. Yeah, that's
Damn.
what I was saying. It was Crane.
Yeah.
But they are having the Sephiroth voice actor from Echo S do that too, which is gonna be crazy because he's amazing. Crane did a beautiful job doing that scene too.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that, dude. That's insane. And like, I really feel like I was talking.
Aussie Roth, yep.
There you go. That's the person that does Seth Frost's
Mhm.
voice, dude? Yes, it's so clean. It sounds so freaking good. But I was talking about this before, and so my podcast co-host Kick Cannon was talking about how he really like, for him, the dialogue in Final Fantasy VII Remake is really one of the things that like turned him off about the game. And
Yeah, the writing is pretty bad.
dun dun dun. But I was still
Crane will agree with me.
yeah, I was telling him like I feel like it might not necessarily just be that it was the dialogue was like poorly written or anything like that, but translating it from Japanese, it's like normal language to English is sometimes there's some words that they have that we really don't have. Like for instance, the Sephiroth having different names, calling himself different things pre and post Genova. But yeah, what is your take on it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I spoke and understood Japanese because I would rather play it in Japanese because there's things that they say in the Japanese version that aren't translated correctly in the English version. Like for example, there was a scene in remake that would have hit much harder if it was translated correctly. So you know the scene where they do the flashback to the promise with Tifa and Cloud on the Watchtower.
Yeah.
Um, in the English version, she says, what does she say at the bar? She says, I feel trapped, right?
Yeah.
That's what she says when she has the drink in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And on the tower, she says something like, if I'm ever, in trouble, will you come save me? Right?
Yeah.
But in the Japanese version, on the tower, she says, when I want you to come save me whenever I'm in a pinch. That's what she says on the tower. And then in the Japanese version at the bar, Tifa says, I'm in a pinch.
So
it's
she's
directly correlating to that moment.
Yeah.
She's really telling him, like,
Yeah.
hey, remember that promise we had?
Yeah.
It's like, now I need you. But you don't really get that in the English version. It's kind of like misread in the English version, which sucks.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
But yeah, I'm almost about to do what NSP is doing and start learning Japanese. I consume so much Japanese content that at this point I should.
Dude, you could be the commentator. We've got we have one person in chat right now that I believe it might be their first language is Japanese. I'm not positive, but they speak better English than I do, so they can maybe help you. And then that girl Meg I know currently is learning how to speak Korean.
Oh, really?
So, man, do it up, dude.
I'm thinking about it. It's one of the hardest languages to learn. I heard, but
I'm not gonna lie to you. All the proceeds from my stream and all of my YouTube, whenever I do monetize that, is all going towards me getting hooked on phonics. I'm gonna learn how to actually read my own language for the first time.
I really do want to learn Japanese because I want to travel there one day.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things. One of the goals I have is to travel to Japan one day.
Dude, that would be a good thing to know how to do whenever you get there. Especially, I just want to eat all the food. I just
so they don't call me a sussy baka, and I actually know what they're saying.
Songbird with the freaking gifted subs. Oh my god, what? Thank you so freaking much. And the official crane just dropped that clip as well too from Pseudomont. Songbird,
that is,
thank you so freaking much.
Save that, like open it up in the tab and hold it after so you can watch it. It's
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Crane, thank you for dropping that. And freaking Songbird, I love you. Thank you so much. So, all right, here we go, man. Last question that I've got written down. We've actually made it through this, dude. I say this every time, but I don't think we've ever made it through the list all the way. So, here we go. If they could remake any game and give it the same Final Fantasy VII Remake treatment, what game would you like that to be, and why?
Oh, this is easy.
Yes.
Actually, no, yeah, see, Legend of Dragoon.
Yes, dude! You're the first
I want that game to be remade so bad. That was also one of the first JRPGs I played on PlayStation that absolutely blew my mind. I know a lot of people say it's a very generic and very, like, the writing is not that great in that game, but, like, with a remake, with a proper remake, oh my god, I would love to see that game remade.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that game is so good.
It's one of my childhood, like, I want to go back and replay it. But it is very outdated. But it's definitely one of the most and the reason why I want it remade is I don't remember it that well, and I would love for it to just be some kind of reboot that I could go back into the game again and experience it without having to deal with very, very old graphics.
Dude, yes. That's actually
classic.
That's one of the first RPGs that I remember playing. Actually, it's the first one
Legend
that I played.
Dragoon?
Yeah, and it was weird. I just remember one particular scene. I think it was like the world map where you're like running through something, and I tried to find that game for like years, and I could not re-find it. I rented the game for like a week or something like that, and forgot.
Dude, it's so hard finding
was
physical copies of these games now.
We make all kind of games now. Keep your hopes up, I guess. Yep, right? Maybe you never know, man.
I mean, that Chrono Cross remaster.
Dude,
it's making me really hopeful for Chrono Trigger. That's why I didn't say Chrono Trigger, because I feel like that's coming next.
It is coming, dude. It's got to. Chrono Trigger was and I was telling people this. I feel like a fool now, but I was like, think of the team that came along with Chrono Trigger. It's insane, dude. You've got the creator of Dragon Ball Z, freaking Final Fantasy VII, and then who's the other person? It's like the trifecta of creators. Brain farting.
I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been so long.
But dude, getting those three people together in the same room would probably be like insane red tape in itself. But then on top of that, like just, I don't know.
I'm going to say something too about Chrono Trigger. I wouldn't even need a full remake for that game. If they did something like Octopath Traveler, oh my
Yes.
god, that'd be
Dude,
so
yes.
good.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they're doing to Dragon Quest 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is they made it Octopath Traveler pretty much 2D HD.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love that style. That's why I'm so excited for Triangle Strategy in like
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. Oh god, I can't wait for that game.
I freaking dude, yes. Oh my god. Yeah, I
Yeah,
honestly,
I saw that Sector 6. How are you enjoying it, man? That game is incredible. I don't know if it's your first time or not, but dude,
it is like that game, if you go back and play it after, especially if you played a lot of JRPGs and stuff now, like that game is so good. You'll learn like so many things that came after that it just set the bar for. Like it almost seems cliche. Some of the parts in the game might seem cliche or some of the things that they've done, but it's because they made it the cliche. Like they set the bar for it. I was mesmerized just by watching. Yes. Watching Sector 6 play Chrono Trigger. It took me back. Yeah, dude, that game is so freaking good. It's probably one of my favorite JRPG stories, actually, just because of...
yeah. A lot of people will say like, oh, it's very tropey or it's very cliche.
Yeah.
But like, it may be tropey, but just because a game is tropey and follows a certain trope does not mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Like all of shonen anime, for example, is very tropey. It's very much power of friendship, plot armor, but like that's why we love it when it's done well. When it's done well, like it is so good. Like Demon Slayer, prime example right now. It is doing the same thing that so many shonen before have done. But we're at the point now in gaming where it's so hard to be different and unique.
Yeah.
That we're just barely ever going to see that now. Unless you get Yoko Taro to make a Final Fantasy game, then everybody will die.
Yeah. Or From Software, I'm just saying. Throw them in there. Dude,
yes.
God, I love that. I cannot wait. I'm literally probably going to just, like, when I had COVID, I lost like 25 pounds. And, it's the COVID diet for me. So I think that Elden Ring is going to be a part 2. I'm going to lose all the weight. You're gonna
forget to eat.
I'm just gonna be sitting here like this. So I'm gonna have to like Clockwork Orange my eyes open, and I'll just be playing the game, dude. I can't even do it.
I do too, Crane. I do too. I wish it kept its original tropes
oh
too.
my god, for real though, man. Yeah. And Tommy's saying triangle strat. Like, so I watched Yuna play a little bit of it, and I really only got to see some of the I only got to see some of the combat. Like, what is the actual story of that?
It's its own original story, and it's pretty much Final Fantasy Tactics. That's like if you liked War of the Lions, you will like this game. Yeah, but it's Final Fantasy Tactics with the Octopath Traveler skin on it.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Sector 6, dude, thank you so much for the raid, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. Freaking love your face,
man. Go to sleep. It's like 3 a.m. Go drink your goddamn tea.
Dude, what? He's got like a gallon bag of tea or some shit like that?
What you seen that on the show? Yeah. When he brought that out, I was like, bro, what is that?
That's the most tea I've ever seen in my life in one place. Holy shit, dude.
You know what? I have a question for you. What's your favorite theme in Final Fantasy VII?
Like, are we talking?
I saw someone tweet it. OG. Whose theme is your favorite?
Oh.
I saw so many people tweeting this the other day, and I was like, you know what? This is
the Shinra Tower. Like, it's so...
You like that one?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, there's great other like songs that are in that. I love like Genova. I absolutely love hers. It's amazingly like just intricate. It's probably prog metal before prog metal was even a thing. But like, dude, the Shinra, that
like battle theme wise, I agree with the Genova thing. Like Birth of a God. Like I remember tweeting about that, and that tweet exploded. I just literally all I tweeted was, I can't wait for Birth of a God in Remake Part 2. That was the tweet, and it blew up. I was like, okay,
dude. Everybody feels the same, man. Hell yeah.
But actually, I'm most excited to hear Sid's theme.
Dude, yes.
Like, I love that. When that plays, when he's giving the speech on the freaking airship. Dude, it's so good.
Dude, because everything was like, it was kind of going in the dumps, right? Everything was really sad and just ominous and horrible right then. And then he's like, hell no. And the music comes in. It's good.
He's like, stop being depressed. Get off your ass.
I got this shit. Even down to the way that he ran in the original was uplifting to me. You know?
Yeah.
His stride. It was like, He really just had that thing. He didn't give a
with a
shit.
cigarette in his mouth.
yeah. Dude, I freaking love it, man. Well, dude, seriously, we've got an hour and a half. I only normally have these things planned for an hour, and you freaking crushed it. This is like the easiest conversation I've had with a person in my life. Thank you. Dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was fun being on.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, where can we all find you at, and what do you have planned in the future?
You can find me on pretty much all platforms: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Legions Gaming, even TikTok. I do post a lot of stupid stuff on TikTok. So you like watching weeb shit or like funny gamer memes or skits, I post those on TikTok. Where my content's heading is I am very much focused on Strangers of Paradise this coming month and Elden Ring.
Yes.
I don't think I'll be making content on Triangle Strategy. That's very much just like a chill game to play. I don't think I need to make any guides for something like that. But Strangers of Paradise, and honestly, I'm literally just waiting and praying for Ever Crisis very soon because I have so much planned for that game.
Dude, I cannot wait, man.
Yeah, Ever Crisis, I'm very much looking forward to.
Hell yeah.
And 16, of course, if we get it this year.
Do we have a date? We still don't have a date, do we?
No date. They just said that they're gonna show more stuff in the spring, so either April or May we will see more news, and that's when they probably will show it. And if they do show it, it will be coming out very shortly after that because Yoshi P did say in an interview with Yoko Taro like a year ago that the next time he should, like when people say, "Hey, when's the game coming out? When's the game come out?" He wants to be able to say like it's available right now.
Hell
so
yeah.
look forward to like when the next release comes, like we're getting the date.
Dude, I cannot wait. That game looks beautiful. Like it looks like it's gonna be.
And it's Creative Business Unit 3.
Yeah.
One of the best stories I've ever played in a Final Fantasy game, 14.
Dude, hell yes.
Did you finish Endwalker, by the way?
No, I didn't. But I did watch your stream. I watched you do it. You
did.
Yeah. I was like, because dude, I've started really over in that game so many times, dude. I've started over in 14, sorry, so many times. And I need to just sit down and finish it. Like Songbird.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to spoil anything on Endwalker. No, I won't spoil it. CBU, but I will just say the CBU 3 is amazing.
Yeah.
So I will just say the story in 14 is so incredible that like them being able to do a story that incredible in an MMORPG, which is usually where people just skip all dialogue and get to end game and grind mounts and raids, and they made it one of the best Final Fantasy stories I have ever experienced in my life.
It's true.
16 is going to be incredible.
Yeah. Man, I can't freaking wait. But again, brother, thank you so freaking much for getting in here. And tonight we have deemed this the freaking Golden Square. So yes, Legion, first person.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. It was fun. Thank you, chat.
Heck yes, brother.